freeway or get caught in gridlock or find myself going round and round the block in order to find a parking space. I wish I could leave my car at home. And that's why I was so excited when Kansas Cityans passed a plan for light rail. But is it that simple? What exactly is that plan? We wanted to know. Did you vote for light rail?
Yes, I did.
Could I ask why?
I thought it would help propel Kansas City more towards, it would help with tourism, it would bring us more up to date with the other cities.
Did you vote for light rail?
I sure did.
You sound pretty confident that that's the thing we need.
Oh, I'm a firm believer of rail transportation, yes.
Would you ride it?
Oh, definitely.
You prefer that to a car?
Oh, yes. No parking problems, no worrying about putting gas in the car.
You don't think it'd be too expensive for Kansas City?
No, if they get with it, I mean, they don't wait forever to get done so it doesn't get more expensive as the years go on.
Did you vote for light rail?
I did vote for the light rail. I thought it was a good idea because transportation in this city is needed.
Did you vote for light rail?
Yes, I did vote for light rail.
And for what reason?
Because having been experienced living in places such as Atlanta and Houston, I understand it to be the best for this particular city to get people in and across the town.
Did you vote for light rail?
I did not.
And why?
I thought the plan was faulty. I do agree that light rail would be a great thing for the city. Transportation to and from work, to the new entertainment center that they're building, to a number of the sites.
Did you vote for light rail?
I certainly did.
And why did you do that?
Because light rail is something that's very instrumental as far as mass transit systems here in Kansas City, and I think nationally it's something that I see as I travel quite a bit throughout the country. Other cities are implementing very, very well.
And did you vote for light rail?
I voted for light rail.
And why?
I voted for light rail because I was tired of the city always saying that they were going to do something about mass transit in Kansas City and not doing anything. And everybody made fun of Clay Chastain for a long time, and I just thought, well, I'm going to vote for light rail to show them that people in the city want a better mass transit system.
Did you vote for light rail?
Yes.
And why did you do that?
Well, because I love mass transit. I mean, I love the buses. I ride the bus. In fact, I go down to the library downtown. I love it. Greatest library in the world. And I take the bus going and coming.
Did you vote for light rail?
You betcha. I've been signing Clay Chastain's petitions for I don't know how many years. And bless his heart, he is set up all over this town trying to get this town to put in light rail. And we're about the only backward city in the country that does not have light rail.
And how do you feel about the plan for light rail that was approved?
I think it's good. I think we need an alternative plan, have some other options for transportation, and in addition to allow a certain amount of fuel to be saved.
When you read the plan on the ballot, did you know exactly what you were voting for?
Well, I knew I was going to vote for something that, like I said, would propel us forward, but I didn't know what the plan exactly was going to be. It would maybe run to some of the areas that were like the Nelson Atkins or something like the Bartle Hall. I didn't know exactly where it would be, to be quite honest with you, but I thought it would be good for us.
Did you look at the language on the ballot? Did you vote for the plan that was on the ballot, or did you vote for light rail?
Well, I went for the light rail, really.
I voted for it not knowing how it would be funded, but I voted for it because I thought it was a good idea. Now the details I know still have to be worked out, but the concept of having a better form of transportation is what I voted for.
Are you familiar with the plan that you voted on?
Yes, I am familiar with the plan.
And how do you feel about that plan?
I felt the plan wasn't important. I didn't read all the details of the concept, but based on what I did see, I felt that the city should put that plan or something very similar into place.
The plan just didn't take into account so many of the purely Kansas City focuses.
So you read it pretty carefully.
I try to read stuff before we vote about it, yeah.
Did you know that plan has some kinks in it that are hard to iron out?
I heard that there were some problems with it. I heard that there were problems as far as funding, and I'm not sure exactly what all the specifics are, but I did hear about those.
I was trying to give the city council a message that there are a lot of people in this city who do want light rail. I never expected it to pass, of course, but...
Well, now, you know that there are problems with the Chastain plan that, to get it implemented is going to be quite difficult.
But, he at least put forth a plan. And the city, to the best of my knowledge, never has. It's always been promises and promises and promises, and no light rail system. There's no reason that I shouldn't be able to take light rail to the airport, or take light rail to Olathe, or take light rail to Grain Valley or Lawrence or any of those places.
Well, I voted for it because I didn't think it was going to pass. I thought that I just wanted to show my support, and then when it passed, I was totally shocked because I didn't like the plan, I liked the idea.
Cutting back the bus system, to what degree? How would that affect? How much effect would that have on the bus system?
I think it could be up to 40%.
40%. Say we get the funding. I mean, I think I seen the need. We'll have to get federal funding, but as far as cutting back 40% on the bus, how long would that take to? Now that would be permanent. The bus would be cut back 40%. Well, overall, I still think it's good to have this system.
Is his plan practical?
Extremely. If they have to make a few little, juts and jots here and there to make it work, so be it. But we need light rail. All this money is going into these fancy buildings. Well, how do people get from one place to another in this town?
If I knew it would probably be detrimental to the bus system, then I may not do that because I think a lot of underprivileged Kansas Cityans take the bus. So I may not have done that if I would have known that.
There are some problems with his plan in that the federal government says it will not give money to a project that involves cutting back the bus service, which his plan was likely to do.
Yes, I can understand that, but I don't know. The bus service can still work. It's not working that much now.
So you voted for the concept and not necessarily the plan.
Right, exactly. I voted for the concept and the desire to have better transportation, but not necessarily the plan that the one that put it together.
Yes, first and foremost, the end result was the light rail. I wasn't too sure about the skyway and all that going across, but definitely the light rail.
I'm not really sure what the way it was written up, but it sounds as though that, from what I understand, that I would be in favor of the way it exists, providing mass transit out, to the outlying areas.
Back in the 1970s, I think if you would look, the city had an extensive mass transit plan. They actually had a plan where the buses would be used as feeders to the mass transit system. And it was all, had they done it then, we wouldn't be in this mess now of having to try to come up with all this money to do a light rail system. They could have saved themselves and the city a lot of money.
I think it's important that we have a system, but to say, to make a distinction between this system or another, I don't know enough about this particular system, but I definitely know it's good to have at least a system, a workable system.
So you want light rail in some form?
Yes, I think that would be good, yes.
Okay.
I would think that would be a way of devising a plan that would make it workable. I see it done in other cities. It's working very well, for example, in Denver, Colorado. And I also see it working very well. As a matter of fact, the BART system in San Francisco, very, very well implemented.
And I'm also an environmentalist, and I want to see the buses gone.
So it wouldn't bother you if they had to take money from the bus system to support light rail?
Oh, absolutely not. I would vote for it.